You know, here's the thing about sharing your story. Not everyone wants it polished or perfect. They want it raw. They want it real. And that's fair because life isn't scripted. But what happens when you give it to them raw? And they still call you a liar? They question your truth? That's the challenge, isn't it? Telling your story in a way that feels true to you, even when others doubt it. But here's the deal. This isn't about them. This is about you. It's about starting from somewhere, finding your voice, and focusing on the good vibes and the growth that come from owning your truth. Before we dive in, I want you to think about something. What's one part of your story that you've held back because you were afraid of how others would react? Hold on to that thought, because today we're talking about why your story, raw, real, and imperfect, is more powerful than you think. And that's why we're here today, to talk about starting from somewhere, to talk about the raw, messy parts of life that shaped us, and the clarity that comes when you begin to process it all. Sobriety, healing, growth, it's not a straight line, and it's not perfect, but it's real. And today, I'm sharing my story because it's not easy, but it's mine. When I look back at my own journey, I realized that I had to start somewhere. And let me tell you, it wasn't pretty. I wasn't polished. I was messy, raw, and real. There were times I felt like I was screaming into the void, trying to explain my pain, my truth, my experiences, only to have people doubt me. But here's what I've learned. Your truth doesn't need anyone else's validation. It doesn't have to be pretty to matter. It just has to be yours. And that's the beauty of this journey. Whether you're in sobriety, healing from pain, or just trying to figure out your next step, it all starts with one thing: starting somewhere. Take a moment right now and think about it. What's one small step you can take today to start owning your truth? Write it down. Commit to it. This is your time to begin. Let's take a moment to think about something we all can relate to. Working in a system where you're locked out of things that matter most. Imagine being in a relationship, or a friendship, or even a work partnership where everything feels shared but nothing is equal. It's like being logged into a shared drive where only one person has admin privileges. You're in the same system, contributing files, sharing work, doing your part, but every time you need access, you're locked out. Someone else has all the control, while you're left powerless. That's what some relationships feel like. Imbalanced, dismissive, and when you try to speak up about it, when you try to explain the dynamic, people might say, "That's not true," or "You're imagining it." But here's the gift of sobriety, the clarity. When the fog clears, you see things for what they really are. And that clarity is where your power begins. Have you ever felt locked out of your own story? Like someone else had the admin privileges to your life? If that resonates, you're not alone. And we're going to talk about how to take that power back. This podcast isn't about staying stuck in the energy of your pain. It's about processing, releasing, and growing. As Abraham Hicks says, what you focus on expands, and I believe that completely. Sobriety isn't just about putting the bottle down. There's a saying in recovery that goes, you're only an arm's length away from drinking. And that's the truth. Because sobriety isn't about creating a life where you don't need to escape. It's about finding joy, peace, and purpose, even in the messiness of life. We often hear about struggles faced by younger people, but let's talk about those 29 and older. Life's transitions, family dynamics, unprocessed trauma. They don't disappear as we age. In fact, they can feel even heavier. Suicide rates are highest among adults aged 45 to 54, followed closely by those 55 to 64. Depression and anxiety often go undiagnosed in older adults, leading to feelings of isolation and hopelessness. Sobriety and healing are lifelong journeys. They're not confined to a certain age or stage in life. If this resonates with you, you know you're not alone. And it's never too late to start from somewhere. So how do you start? Speak your truth, even if it's just to yourself at first. Write it down, record it, share it in a way that feels authentic to you. Build something new. Learn a skill. Plant a garden. Do something that reminds you of your power to create and grow. Connect. Even if it's with one person, find someone who truly sees you and understands your journey. There's strength in community, even when it's small. So if you're out there trying to figure out where to start, remember this. Your story doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be polished. Start from somewhere. Speak your truth, and don't let the doubts or judgments of others stop you from stepping into your light. This is Daniel Nelson, aka ThaBudd, your sobriety buddy. Thank you for being here, for sharing the space, and for choosing to grow. Let's step into 2025 with focus, purpose, and light. Be safe, be kind, and stay absolutely focused. Catch you next time. Every single moment is a chance to recreate the person you're becoming, the future that you see. I'm never myself. I'm stepping in the ring, yeah, I'm ready for the fight. Got my head held high, shining like the brightest light. Believing in myself, I'm the king of my own throne. Resilience in my soul, I can do this on my own.
They say life's tough, but I'm tougher than the rest. Every challenge that I face, I just give it my best. Love myself, gotta keep my spirit strong. Ain't nobody gonna tell me where I don't belong. I'm awesome, can't you see? I got the power, I'm living free. Strong resilience, never fall. I believe in me, I stand tall. I'm awesome, I'm on fire. Love myself, my own desire. Never give up.